podcast is back again. Podcast back. Tell your friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? The Garcia Diaries podcast. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
I think your mic is working.
Is that working?
Yeah.
It's your Garcia Diaries.
Welcome to the Garcia Diaries podcast. We're your co-hosts, Bethany
and Anthony Garcia.
You can follow us on Instagram at the Garcia Diaries podcast, at the Garcia Diaries, at Sir Garcia Diaries.
Yeah, we do have a podcast page, so
yeah, make sure you follow it. We have updates there. If you didn't see our podcast Instagram last week, we announced there that there wasn't going to be an episode. I had so many people messaging me on my blog account saying like, when's the episode going live? Are you guys not having an episode this week? But I did post an update on that page, so make sure you follow it for those updates, you know?
Because if you know, you know. So follow the Garcia Diary podcast.
Do you follow it now?
I do. I'm a follower.
That's good.
So, we are back.
Sorry.
We took a little break. We had to kind of get adjusted to life at home 24/7.
Yep.
So I guess since we're on that, let's give a 1 week update.
So last week we didn't record, we didn't do the podcast, didn't do any of that because we were going out of town. We went to Tucson for the week and spent time there with my grandparents. We went to the zoo, did a bunch of different things, and it was really like a good break and it was so relaxing.
It was a pretty nice trip.
Yeah. So we kind of like didn't work at all during that.
But let's stop beating around the fluff and let the people know what they want to hear. How was week 1 with me 24 hours a day?
Was it good? I can't remember.
It was a good week, I'd say.
Yeah,
we didn't have any fights.
Oh,
we didn't
gosh.
fight. It was,
no.
I guess, the honeymoon phase. We made it past that point.
Yeah. Well, you did. So we drove to Tucson. We get there. We get to my grandparents' house, and we get out of the car, and our car is leaking coolant, like a lot. And Anthony was freaking out, like, oh my god. I gotta call this person. I knew this was gonna happen. Like all that stuff. And so I was like, oh my god, like here he goes on his little downward spiral.
Well, because we're in this town where I don't know any mechanics. I don't trust any mechanics. So of course, Day 1 of vacation, you get there. There were no signs on the way that anything was wrong with the car.
The car wasn't overheating. It wasn't smelling weird, making noises. Yeah.
Right away, I was in a bad mood.
So that whole afternoon, he was just like, I knew this was going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And then he like wasn't talking like how he normally talks, like less talkative, and just I could tell something was wrong. And I'm like, babe, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Like tomorrow we'll go figure it out, but just like enjoy the rest of the day. And he's like, I can't, like I knew this was going to happen. So of course the next morning he goes to a mechanic.
There's nothing wrong with the car.
They couldn't find anything wrong.
Literally, I think that was like test number 1.
Yeah.
Because that happened. I go to a mechanic. They're like, dude, there's nothing wrong with the car.
They thought probably one of the fans just didn't kick on or something.
Something dumb.
Yeah.
But we drove the car around town. We drove it back home. Everything was fine. So I think that was our first test. I was getting to a frustrated point, but we made it through.
Yeah, and you like turned it around really quickly too.
But I just want to say, being home, I feel like I'm more tired than when I would work.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had a good night of sleep since I quit my job.
Because when you're working, you're like, okay, I need to go to bed because I have to wake up at this time. So you like force yourself to sleep all night. But now you're like a stay-at-home dad, so you're helping with both babies all night long. And not that you didn't it's just weird because like obviously you didn't not help before. But now it's just like more of a responsibility, I think. Because
and like
before your responsibility was also to get up in the morning and go to work the next day.
So props to you because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm really tired.
Now you know why I am the way I am.
So week 1, it was good. We passed. We had a good vacation. So now we're back to the grind.
4th of July.
So prior to that, last episode we mentioned Deuce's story. We talked about the Diamondbacks inviting Deuce out and honoring him. That went absolutely amazing. The 26 people that came with us, family members.
26 people.
We had a grand time. It was amazing. So thank you to the Diamondbacks for honoring the Deuce man.
Yeah, it was a really fun experience, and I felt like it was fun to just have everything come full circle. And they had one of the players that recorded like a personal message for Deuce. We were on the Jumbotron a few times. Like, he just had such a good time. So it was just super fun to honor him in that way.
It was dope. Dope. So.
Okay, I'm cutting that out.
Okay. That whole segment?
No, just me saying dope.
Okay. But it was amazing. Thank you once again to the Diamondbacks.
And Phoenix Children's Hospital.
And the people that were there that said they saw us.
Oh, yeah. There was people messaging me on Instagram like, I saw you on the Jumbotron, and oh my gosh, we're at the game. And so that was kind of cool, too.
So hopefully you guys were all there to see Deuce.
Probably not.
But how was your 4th of July?
So obviously we spent the week in Tucson, but that day, you know, like 4th of July now versus as a child, it's kind of just weird because I remember as a child, like, you wear the Old Navy red, white, and blue shirts, you do fireworks, you have the parade, all those things, and it was just like, America, love, awesome, amazing. And then now as an adult, when you're just like super aware of like everything going on in the world and politics and all this kind of stuff, I kind of posted a little, basically just like my thoughts on celebrating 4th of July on Instagram, which was that, like, yes, we celebrate it. Yes, we're proud to live here. Yes, we do all these things, but let's still do better. Let's still advocate. Let's still raise awareness for things that need to be better. And I got, like, seriously attacked by people. People were like, you need to be grateful and you need to be this or that. And I'm proud to be an American and you're not. And I'm like, I am proud. I am an American. Obviously, but isn't activism patriotic? Like, isn't me trying to raise awareness the most American thing I can do? So that's always a little confusing. It was also kind of funny because the kids were terrified of fireworks, like terrified. And so we were watching them from inside my grandparents' house. And I was like, oh, look at that one's red, white, and blue for 4th of July. And Brooklyn's like, it's 4th of July today? That's why there's fireworks? And I was like, oh, crap.
Brooklyn thought we were in a different country. She thought Tucson was not America.
Yeah.
So she was like, I didn't know they celebrate 4th of July in this country. And we're like, no, we're still in America. But it was fun. We didn't do a whole lot. Like Bethany said, the kids are scared of fireworks, so we never have a great time with fireworks, around fireworks. So it was a nice, relaxing day. We didn't do much.
Not to mention the fact that Instagram, like, went down during the trip. So, like, we couldn't even post.
Well, that was the day before.
Yeah, but even so, like, on 4th of July, everything was horrible. Like, I had, like, basically half of what I normally have on Instagram story views. Like, my posts weren't reaching anyone. It was just the weirdest thing. So we kind of just, like, put the phone away and enjoyed the vacay for what it was, which was fun.
But good 4th of July. Happy birthday to America.
And are you gonna sing happy birthday?
Happy birthday to you.
No, do the Marilyn Monroe happy birthday.
Who's Marilyn Monroe?
Oh my god.
Oh, the girl in all the pictures. Yeah.
You need to get cultured. White cultured.
No, but for real, who is Marilyn Monroe? Like, I've seen her photos everywhere, and it's like the original thick girl.
Oh my god.
But, like, who is Marilyn Monroe? You can tell me another day.
Are you actually asking? Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
No, for real. But, like, okay, well, like, how is she famous?
I think she was an actress or model.
Oh, okay.
But also, I'm not, like, 100% sure.
So, if you guys want to enlighten us on who Marilyn Monroe is.
Didn't your sister have, like, posters of her in her room?
Yeah, but I don't think she knew who Marilyn Monroe was. So, mother, why would you let her hang up Marilyn Monroe when she probably didn't know or Why didn't you educate me on who Marilyn Monroe is? But
is that a good role model for a teenager?
Let us know. Well, let me know. Because, like I said, I don't know anything about the woman.
You could also just Google it, babe.
Yeah, I'll pass. It's good conversation between me and the fans. And me and the followers. But let's continue to progress and be the voice for the voiceless.
Mm-hmm. That's the most American thing we can do, right?
That's right. Third generation immigrant. Instagram going down. Like, I didn't even know why I had a smartphone on Tuesday. Because...
Okay, what's funny is, like, I was so annoyed because obviously, like, my job is on my phone. Like, and Instagram is a part of that. Like, it's one of the platforms I use for my business. So it's important. But so I was obviously annoyed, but I knew it was bad when Anthony was like, my Instagram won't load, or like, why are my stories not loading? And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, it sucks, right? And he's like, yeah, like, I don't know what to do.
Facebook, Instagram, get it together.
Honestly. Why do they keep changing everything too? It's so frustrating.
I don't know, but Tom, let's bring
it's not Tom. Tom is
MySpace back. I know, I'm trying to say bring it back. I want a background again.
I think Tom is long gone. Sold MySpace.
Doesn't Justin Timberlake own MySpace now or something like that?
Idea.
But come on, guys, get it together.
Well, honestly, why? Like, is Mark Zuckerberg so freaking bored that they have to keep stuff up? Oops, I just said that.
He was like, I'm sick and tired of seeing the Garcia Diaries, so I'm gonna shut it down.
Yeah.
It was cool. I mean, after trying to refresh, decided, hey, let's just put the phone down. But the phone was pretty much worthless.
Yeah, worthless, honestly. Without Instagram, why do we even have iPhones?
Exactly. But in closing our 4th of July week, congratulations to the U.S. women's national team, soccer team. They won the World Cup.
So cool.
So shout out to them.
Okay, but honestly, I didn't know.
Equal pay. Pay them.
Yes.
The men's team just lost to Mexico, so...
Babe, can I tell you something?
What?
I didn't know that there was soccer games happening in the world.
But the people know.
But when I saw, like, our team won, I was like, yeah, that's
But
cool.
I got a new favorite athlete, Megan Rapinoe. Is that how you say her name? Shout out, Megan, for holding your ground, standing your ground against that man.
What man?
And giving Nipsey Hussle some love.
What man?
The man we won't name.
Oh.
Yep, so.
Okay.
Donald Duck. But
Donald Duck.
Shout out to the USA women's soccer team for holding it down for soccer in this great country. Something very...
Wait, also congrats to Mexico because the boys won.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so a double-edged sword, you know. I was rooting for the USA men's team, but it was one of those, like,
He
win-win.
was like, dang it, they lost. And I was like, wait, are you rooting for Mexico or the United States? And he was like, United States? And I was like, aren't you Mexican? He was like, I'm American too. I'm like, I'm so confused. I thought you always root for Mexico. When there's like basketball or like all those things, you always root for Mexico.
As long as you're not playing America.
Oh.
Because I'm proud to be an American. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
And that's where my singing career ends, ladies and gentlemen. But catch me in the shower. But, big news this week.
Something really big that happened was Disney announced that Halle Bailey, is that her name?
Halle Bailey.
She's going to be playing...
Halle Bailey.
Not Halle Berry.
I know. I said Halle Bailey.
You probably wish it was Halle Berry.
No, I'm not a big Halle Berry fan.
Why? Just because she's going older?
She's old. Like,
oh my.
But like, she was never like. What has she been in that was like really big?
Catwoman. She was Storm in X-Men.
Babe, I didn't have a TV as a kid. I didn't see Catwoman.
Okay.
So I only like really know her from X-Men and then the Halle Berry song, the rap song. So,
which you were just singing. But
yeah,
okay.
but
Halle Berry is drop dead gorgeous.
Did you see all the people that were like mentioning Halle Berry?
Thinking it was her. Anyway, so Halle Bailey is playing Ariel in the live-action Little Mermaid movie, and people are not happy about it. Why are people not happy about it?
I'm happy about it.
I'm happy about it.
What do you mean, people? Not this people.
It's funny too because I've seen a lot of people saying like, I haven't seen anyone not be happy about it. This is just the media twisting it.
I said that.
Yeah, you're not the only one that has said it.
You should at me next time.
Okay, at the Sir Garcia Diaries said that. So I did a little digging, and unfortunately found way too many tweets and Facebook comments, and just like I was really grossed out, to be honest. Anyways, trending on Twitter was hashtag not my Ariel. Literally, people are going and like really pissed, but like taking time out of their day to freaking tweet about it and start hashtags. I just don't understand it. Some person said, "You just ruined the Little Mermaid. Why is it so hard to be accurate with the original animated movie? I don't have a problem with the actress. She just doesn't look like Ariel at all. If you want more diversity, why don't you make movies with new characters?"
Like new characters?
I guess. A pastor from Phoenix tweeted, "If they can turn Jesus into a white man, then Ariel can be his sister. Amen. End of discussion." That's a good one.
What church is that?
Someone said, "I noticed people saying now if they casted Tiana White, that's literally the only princess you can say because that's the only princess we have. Versus how many? Some of you are missing the entire point of diversity and representation, and it hurts because we should all be happy. There are certain princesses whose main identity is their race and culture. Mulan, Pocahontas, Tiana. So yes, we would be angry. Ariel's main identity is being a mermaid, not being white."
And have you ever seen a mermaid, babe?
Nope. Actually, I've seen like the old drawings of them, and they're terrifying.
No, but like, have you been swimming in the beach?
Pretty sure they're made up.
Nudged in the booty by a mermaid.
What are you talking about?
I'm asking if you've ever seen a mermaid in real life.
No, I've never seen a mermaid because they're not real.
All right, so I don't understand why there's some people in this world who are very offended by the fact that
because she's black.
Young
that's the only reason.
African American woman is given the opportunity to play Ariel.
Someone said, "I don't want to be rude, but Ariel was white." Like, okay. What? Okay, here's the other thing I don't understand too. People are like, "But Ariel had red hair. This girl has black hair." Like, how many people dye their hair for movies or wear wigs for movies? Like, I just don't understand people's logic. It's ridiculous. I think they just, I mean, obviously, they're mad because she's black. That's why they're mad.
That's what it is.
And they want to put different faces on it. Like, oh, it's because I wanted her to have red hair. Oh, it's because I wanted her to look more like Ariel. Oh, I saw one comment that said that a mermaid couldn't be black because their skin is so far, or their bodies are so far under their water that their skin wouldn't have sun. Like, stupid stuff like that. It's fictional. It's made up. It's not real.
And it's disgusting that people think like that.
Yeah.
But the Garcia family, we are very ecstatic. Harlem, who loves princesses, who wears princess dresses all day, all night, who fights us when we do not let her wear princess dresses, can have a princess that she can look at and associate with and feel proud of her skin tone, feel proud of her dark hair.
It is cool that all of these women and little girls around the world are going to be represented in this movie. And I think that's the most important thing. I think it's so cool that our daughters are going to look up on this big screen and see a beautiful brown mermaid. And they're going to want those toys, and they're going to want those t-shirts, and they're going to want, you know what I mean? Like, they're just going to be, I know they're going to be so obsessed with it because that's how Harlem is. And anytime Harlem sees like a brown princess or a Mexican princess or all those things, she loves it because
she can relate to it.
Yeah.
It looks like her.
Yeah. Even Brooklyn was saying like, "Oh, whenever this movie comes out, can we throw away this old Ariel doll and get a new one?" We were like, dang, like that, Brooklyn?
Halle Berry? Oh, shit.
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey. Halle.
Oh my God, you're having so much trouble. Okay. Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey, we're so excited to see you kill the role as Ariel.
Did you see that one meme that was... God damn! What the... Where is it? Shut up!
It's a cricket.
Okay, we're back after that little interruption. Sorry about that. A cricket literally fell out of the sky, or I don't even know where it came from, onto my laptop right in front of my face, and it scared the crap out of me. Yeah, so that's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm shaking, and we were both crying, but it's fine.
Halle Bailey.
Listen, I was going to say, did you see that meme that was like a picture of Ursula and a picture of Guy Fieri? And they were both wearing purple, and it was like, okay, hear me out. That was hilarious. I'll link it in the show notes because I was dying. Now, nothing seems funny compared to what just happened.
But speaking of white people getting upset, let's just talk about it.
About
everything.
Yeah, no. Literally getting upset about anything that's outside the norm.
Yes. Anything that doesn't represent them.
Yes. If you're referring to the This Is Postpartum 2 movement that has recently come out.
Hold on. Let's backtrack a little bit for those who don't know or need to be refreshed on how this started. What, in short version, what is This Is Postpartum? What were you trying to accomplish? What were you trying to show the people?
Yeah, so last September, I was a month postpartum. This Instagram blogger person, I don't even know if she had a blog at the time. She reached out to me. Her name was Megan Boggs, and she said, hey, I have a really crazy idea. I want to do a This Is Postpartum kind of loop with a bunch of bloggers of all different shapes, sizes, and colors, because I've never seen my body represented when talking about postpartum. I've never seen my body represented on Instagram, in movies, in film, in media, anything. And I immediately said, yes, count me in. This sounds amazing. So we did it. It went crazy. That picture is my most liked picture on Instagram of all time. It still gets reposted all the time. It brought me a lot of followers and a lot of community. It brought me Meg, who I'm like crazy good friends with now. We're actually going to be in Scottsdale this weekend, having a good time. We've collaborated on like 10 projects now. And basically the whole point of This Is Postpartum is to help women of all shapes, sizes, and colors feel represented. For women on Instagram to see a picture and relate to it and not just see another skinny white woman with abs walking out of the hospital 2 days postpartum and looks like $1 million. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But it's not relatable for everyone. And that's what's always portrayed in movies and TV shows. And with a lot of the bloggers I follow on Instagram, it's like glam 2 days after having a baby. And so we kind of just wanted to show the more real side of motherhood and postpartum. And when I say real, what I mean by that is not photoshopped, not face-tuned, not heavily filtered, because what that does is makes a lot of women feel less than. It makes a lot of women feel like, well, I'm not good enough because I didn't bounce back 3 months after having a baby, or why have I gained all this weight breastfeeding? And that's how I felt, like I gained 20 pounds after giving birth because of breastfeeding. And so we just wanted everyone to be included in the conversation, everyone to be represented. And yeah, that's what it's all about.
But we'll talk about the photo, right? There's 4 of you.
Yeah, it's Meg Boggs, Katie Crenshaw, and Desiree Fortin, and I.
And you, okay. So kind of give us a little bit of rundown on each one, starting with Meg.
So Meg's a power lifter. She literally could lift both of us.
Okay.
She's in the gym every single day. It is literally exhausting for me to think about, but she's amazing. She advocates a lot for size inclusivity because a lot of brands don't carry her size. And so she's been a huge voice for those plus size women. Then there's Katie. She has 3 kids. She eats crazy healthy, like way better than I do. She's always getting on me to drink more water, less soda, like that kind of stuff. What's crazy about them too, and like she's always in the gym. She's always at the gym. She jokes that she's at the gym for the childcare, but she really is super active.
So you have 2 of the 4 that we've talked about so far. They're in the gym constantly.
They're incredibly active.
Live healthy lifestyles. Yeah. But you got the comments of people that were upset because there was no fit, healthy looking woman.
It's because in society, fit and healthy equals skinny. And it's completely ludicrous because Katie and Meg are two of the healthiest and most active people that I know. If you want to talk about fit and you want to talk about active, Katie and Meg are the first people that come to mind for me. It's Fatphobia. That's what it is.
Because they're doing the same thing that a lot of women
But because
do.
they have a bigger body, people think they're not healthy, they're not fit.
But how easy or how common is it for you to just be scrolling through Instagram and a woman who in the gym healthy eating isn't big?
No, yeah, they have abs,
flat stomach, abs, but because they don't look like the norm or what's always put out there, people took offense to that.
Yeah.
Desiree.
Yeah.
Talk about Desiree.
She's tiny. Like, meeting her in real life, I could, like, fit her in my back pocket. She's so cute, so tiny. She has a lot of stretch marks because she had a triplet pregnancy. She's a badass that she... Like, I couldn't do it. Honestly, I couldn't do it. She's amazing. What's really crazy about it is a lot of people looked at that picture and said, how come there's no skinny women? And I'm like, Desiree is a size 0. Like... What about her is not skinny? Because she has loose skin? She's not skinny? It makes no sense to me, but I guess in society, if you have cellulite, if you have stretch marks, if you don't have perfect, face-tuned, photoshopped abs, then you're not skinny. And it's just crazy. And the whole point of the photo was to show real women. And people were mad about that. People were mad we said real. Because I think a lot of skinny women with abs thought we were saying that they're not real.
They weren't real. Exactly.
Yeah.
But
no, what we were saying is that Photoshop isn't real. What's in magazines, what's on Instagram on like models face-tuned pictures, that's not real.
Well, and even the people on social media that don't use Facetune or Photoshop that just naturally look
amazing.
Not saying you guys don't look amazing, but amazing to society standards.
Yeah.
It was no diss to them, right?
No.
You can go on Instagram all day long and see those body types represented.
We wanted other women to feel represented too.
So you had people that were upset and saying that you guys need to live healthy. Well, guess what? Meg and Katie live healthy. They're in the gym.
Yeah.
You have people that are upset about not having a skinny, thin woman. Well, guess what? Desiree, what'd you say, size 0?
Yeah,
I don't know what
tiny.
that means, but I'm guessing it's tiny.
Yeah.
But because she doesn't have picture perfect abs or tight skin, they don't think that that's skinny.
Yeah. It just goes to show you too what women face on a daily basis of like, why is everyone so into looks and weight? And why is there so much stock put on those things? It's damaging. And it's scary for me that my daughters have to grow up in that world where we're constantly talking about diets and how much do I weigh and can I edit this picture and what did you eat for lunch today? Did you count your macros? Did you weigh? Or like, I don't know, just all those things. It's so much pressure for girls.
And you're right. You see it all the time. Women empowerment, women's rights, let's stand together. But when it's something that you don't agree with or doesn't relate to you, then you want to go out and you want to spew venom and you want to start
tear others down.
Movements that oppose this movement.
Yeah. So we had This Is Postpartum, obviously.
Say it one more time for the people in the back. This is postpartum. Okay.
Meaning, I show my belly. This is postpartum. Another woman shows her belly. This is postpartum. So we're not saying like our image of ourselves is the only postpartum. There was 40 of us, and we were saying this is all postpartum.
So you had the initial photo of you 4, but then you also did something else with more women, correct?
Yeah. Well, no, we had the first thing was like back in September. Then when we got together this year, we took the picture of us 4. Okay. And then the weekend after that, we had another loop with a whole other round of women. It was incredibly diverse too. Super diverse. We had women that were like size 20. We had women that were size 00. We had black women, Asian women, white women, Hispanic women, stretch marks, cellulite, abs, power lifters. We had a woman that does CrossFit, and she's incredible. Like, it's just, it was so diverse. We purposefully chose who we chose so that everyone would feel represented.
So you hit all areas.
Yeah, we tried to. That was our goal. So a few weeks ago, we started seeing a few bloggers or I don't know what they're called, just moms, I guess, post pictures saying, this is postpartum too. Posting pictures of their abs and saying that the This Is Postpartum movement excluded them and it was only for big women and that they're being skinny shamed, basically. Clearly, it was directed at this movement, obviously. You know what I mean? And then a lot of the comments were people upset saying, we did include everyone. We did. Like, what more could we have done? And the truth of the matter is this one girl wanted to make it about herself. And there was a few other women that did it too. And what they all had in common, body types that are already represented in media.
But those body types were represented when you guys did
in the movement too. Yeah, it just didn't make sense to me. And so anyways, like, I had left a comment saying, girl, like, we did include you. Like, this caption reeks of thin privilege and fat phobia.
So thin privilege, what is that?
I actually had a great conversation with one of my friends this morning about thin privilege because she has a gorgeous body. She's worked really hard to get that body. She actually had to have her abs sewn back together because of the damage that was done to them giving birth and postpartum. She's tiny, literally looks like a model. She posted bathing suit stories and someone replied to her and basically said, this photo made me feel like shit. And so she went on to say, you know, I'm so sorry, but you don't see the journey that it's taken to get here. You don't see everything I've been through. And I had a big conversation with her about it. And I said, you know what? I think you do such a great job being aware of thin privilege, but then also sharing your journey of what your body has gone through. And she said, you know, can you explain thin privilege to me? Because I've never really heard of that. And thin privilege is, as a thin person, you don't know what it's like to go on an airplane and have to ask for a seatbelt extender. You don't know what it's like to go to a salon with chairs that have, you know, the arms up on the side and you can't fit your body into the chair. You don't know what it's like to go to a store and the store doesn't sell your size. You don't know what it's like to not be able to buy a bra or a pair of underwear because your size isn't made. These things that, like, even I have to be aware of these things because it really just is privilege. And so that caption to me and these posts from these girls, to me, reeked of thin privilege. They were mad because they didn't see their body type included. Their body type is included everywhere, constantly. And to me, when someone's mad that their body type's not included as a small person, and there was small people included, to me, what they're mad about is that fat women are being celebrated. What they're mad about is that fat women are living their lives unapologetically and loving their bodies, and that's fat phobia. They're mad about it because they've worked so hard to get their bodies, or maybe they haven't, or whatever their story is. It all comes back to being pissed off that there's large women out there living their lives, loving their bodies. So I actually responded to that whole movement with the post, and I said, there have been a few posts making the rounds the last few days. Thin women writing, this is postpartum too, and going on to talk about how they've seen the postpartum movements and were upset that their bodies weren't represented and that they felt so excluded. First of all, I'm super confused what group of women was excluded. They say it's the women that bounced back. But we had fat women, thin women, black women, Asian women, Hispanic women, women with stretch marks, women with cellulite, women with abs, etc., etc., etc. The whole point of the postpartum movement was that every body was real, that every body was worthy. One of the anti-movement girls said that the postpartum movement was so one-sided because people were only praising bodies they think deserve it, as if thin bodies haven't been overly represented in media for decades. On one of the photos from these anti-movement women, I commented that the photo was beautiful, but that the caption was extremely privileged and thinly veiled fat phobia. Because let's be honest, what's making these girls uncomfortable is that fat women are celebrating their bodies, that fat women are receiving attention and praise for flaunting their bodies. I received comments back saying I was cruel and disgusting. If I'm cruel and disgusting for calling out privilege on this platform, then so be it. The point is this, and I'll quote some of my caption from the viral postpartum pic. If you look at this movement and your first thought is, why are there no skinny women? You have bigger issues to deal with, my friend. You can look anywhere. Film, TV, Instagram, magazines, and see skinny women. Other body types are absolutely underrepresented in media, and it causes women with those body types to feel less than, to feel like they're not good enough. I want to encourage anyone who felt triggered by seeing fat women celebrating their bodies to dig deeper, self-reflect, gain some perspective, learn. Your words say way freaking more about you than it does about us. Be better.
So, obviously, I'm not a woman.
Obviously.
So I've got an outside view looking in, but knowing history and everything that women have had to go through, from voting to,
equal pay,
having jobs,
sexism, everything.
all that, with all of that in our past.
And present.
Yeah. But the fact that a woman could look at a post, a movement empowering others, women, that you take away, hey, I'm not represented, or your initial feeling is, how come I'm not included, or my body type isn't included. It's, like you said, these people need to dig deeper, and it's absolutely disgusting. Why is it that people want to support one another until it doesn't benefit them? Mm-hmm. But I don't even know if I can say that because you included this body type.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't make sense at all. It really doesn't.
So, but the fact that was you even thought to, hey, let me get a rebuttal to this movement, is absolutely disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Second, your body type was represented. 40 women, right?
Yeah.
40 women were included. All races.
25.
All sizes. 25. Whatever.
Whatever. It's a lot of women.
A lot of women were included in this to cover.
We wanted any woman to be able to look at it and relate to it.
And so what? So what if the bigger woman kind of took the lead on this? So many people have messaged Bethany thanking them for having someone or something that they can look to and that they can relate to. Because once again, you turn on TV, you look in the magazines, you're at the grocery store, you look at the tabloids, everything's either perfect, skinny, fit, or shaming someone because of cellulite or because they've got a belly.
Yeah, because they have rules when they bend over. Like, it's ridiculous.
But so many people were impacted by this.
Yeah.
Right? News outlets picked it up. You had a whole media run. So you impacted so many lives with this. But of course, there's always going to be the haters.
I think that's what makes me think that it's just these people seeking attention.
What else could it be?
Or they feel left out because they're not getting this attention, and so they're trying to bring it back to them.
And you're exactly right. It's fatphobia. You can't be happy for the people that are being represented who for so many years were told that they were ugly, they didn't fit in, they needed to get healthy, they needed to be in the gym. Well, guess what? Women are in the gym. Women are living healthy lifestyles. And for whatever reason, they can't lose the weight that they were represented.
Yeah.
And I can actually speak. Don't get mad, Mom. I love you. But my mom is not a skinny woman. My mom has big hips. She's got a big butt. So many years I saw my mom go to the gym every day, sit on this tiny bicycle in cycling class, try different diets, try changing up her eating habits, try pills. None of it worked. So to see women who
are accepting that,
yeah, that look like my mom, right? Because when I was younger, where did I see women that look like my mom? What ad?
I didn't. Jenny Craig ad or the Weight Watchers,
right? I didn't see women that look like my mom.
Yeah.
So from a man's perspective, at a young age, it's like we're being taught, to recognize beauty as thin, skinny, thin, right?
Yeah. And on the flip side, if someone's fat and they're not eating healthy and they're not in the gym and they don't care to do all those things, that's fine too. Why are we putting so much stock and so much weight on weight and looks? Body positivity is all about celebrating the body that you have. And I think for me, what changed everything was just starting, I don't know, I guess for me too, I kind of fake it till I make it. And every single day it's a battle of okay, today I'm going to accept my body. And some days it's harder than others, but some days there's harder days. But I wake up and I say this body has given me 4 beautiful children. This body has gotten me through 24 years of life. This body, it's not always what I wish it looked like, but I'm going to celebrate that and celebrate everything that we've overcome.
Exactly. And this movement is all for loving yourself.
Yeah.
Being comfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
The body you're in.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean I don't want to change things. It doesn't mean you know what I mean? Like, it
exactly.
Every day, it's just about loving yourself.
And we're not knocking, or I don't think you guys are trying to discourage the women who are in the gym, who are working out every day. But
not at all.
It's, you know what? If you get a tummy tuck or plastic surgery, as long as you do it for yourself.
Yes. 100%.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
I think you can literally advocate for body positivity and go out and get a tummy tuck. 100%. I think so, because once again, body positivity is all about loving yourself. So for me, for example, I went and I got lip fillers the other week. I've been getting them for years, and a lot of women were like, how can you be about body positivity but want to change the way your lips look? And my response to that is, well, how come you wear deodorant? How come you shave your legs? How come you wax your eyebrows? To me, those are all just tiny cosmetic things that you do to enhance your own beauty, in your opinion, and you do it for yourself. If you're doing it for yourself, then why not? Like, I'm not out there getting lip fillers for my husband, for Instagram, for my family. Like, I'm doing it for myself because I like the way I look with them. I feel more confident. I don't know. All of this to say, love yourself.
Love yourself. And that's
all that matters.
And that's a big thing that we try to instill in our children. Mm-hmm. Is we're going to love you. Obviously, we're your parents. We're going to love you no matter what. But at the end of the day, all that matters is that you love yourself.
Yes.
Whatever you do in life, whatever path, whatever road you decide to take, do it for yourself. Don't do it for a man. Don't do it for a woman. Don't do it for friends, or
don't do it for us even.
For anyone.
Do it for yourself. And I feel like our kids are going to be and when I say our kids, I mean like everyone's kids, anyone who's listening. Our kids are going to be way happier if we're encouraging that versus doing it for society, doing it for your parents, doing it for whoever. Like, encouraging our kids to do things for themselves and love themselves. And is it sappy if I say that I feel like that could change their generation?
Exactly. And it's hopefully changing the way the future thinks. Big, small, however you look.
Yeah. And I also want to say, body positivity is not just for women. I've been seeing a lot of posts lately, or in like artwork and different things, that really harp on the fact that men should be body positive too. Because I feel like there is such a standard with men too. It's like, oh, you have to have the abs, you have to be in the gym, you have to be.
Well, I see. I don't think it's like that.
And it's not about like, okay. Here's the other thing too. Is like, for women, it's like, oh, well, I'm postpartum. Like, women that don't have kids, they have just some right. Exactly. Yeah, they have the same struggles that we do. Like, there's not a huge difference there besides the fact that we have kids.
But I speak for myself, but I think I speak for a lot of men. It's like, when I go somewhere, I'm not looking at how buff the next guy is or how big this guy's gut is. That's not one of the things.
Yeah, but I'm not really talking about that. I'm more talking about how you view yourself when no one's looking.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I'm not talking about comparing yourself. I'm more talking about like insecurities and those things. Like, I think that men should be just as confident as women in bigger bodies.
Well, we are. That's why the dad bod is taking over.
The dad bod's in style.
In style. See, because us men, we just get it. We support each. Like, I go to the gym, and I'm still fat. But there's buff guys in there, and we gave each other high fives. And it's like, bro, I've seen you in here 5 days this week. Keep it going. And it's like, I might not look like you, but we recognize each other's commitment. Real. Exactly. So, ladies, there's not a lot of things you can learn from men. But, hey, maybe learn to support each other like we do.
No, women are petty AF.
Yeah,
so.
I guess I said yeah very.
Yeah, because you know all the drama. You know all the dramas.
I get some privy information. But
yeah, he gets the play-by-play.
So fatphobia. Let's stop judging other people on how they look on the outside, but rather what's on the inside.
Yes, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah, I approve.
And
I approve that message.
Once again, the Garcia Diaries, Sir Garcia Diaries, myself. We love everybody. Fat, skinny, black, white, Asian. We love
Mexican,
you all.
Obviously. I obviously love Mexicans.
Unless you're a horrible person. That's a different story.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this, lady who started the other movement, or if you're a man, I don't know, dig deeper.
Yeah, dig deeper, bro. No, but closing off that whole spiel, I'm so excited because Meg, Desiree, and Katie are coming to Scottsdale, and we're going to live it up this weekend. So you'll be seeing many more body paws.
Because if you like the way
so you'll be saying
that much, well, man, how does that go? You should
if
go
you
and
like
love yourself.
Yeah.
Doesn't he say like a bad word though? Des, Meg, Katie.
Oh yeah, we're gonna live it up, and you guys will be seeing many more body pause photos.
You're really
this weekend.
taking advantage of the stay-at-home dad stuff, huh?
Yes.
Second weekend, and you already got a vacation planned.
Yeah. Well, this vacation's been planned for months.
Okay. Well,
he's like, I'll allow it.
Let's line it up here a little bit. So we're gonna go through our what the frickin' Bacher moments this week. You know what? Sometimes, man, there's just some people in this world. So I'm sure most of you saw this. Was it in Florida? Probably was in Florida.
It probably was in Florida.
No, I think it was in Texas. But a video went viral of a lady licking some ice cream and then putting it back into the freezer.
Was it like a prank? Or, like, did she buy it at the end? Or
no, she licked it and put it back into the freezer.
And other people bought it?
Someone, yeah.
Ew, that's gross. That's disgusting. Okay.
What the freaking Bacher?
That makes me never want to buy ice cream again in Texas.
This lady was potentially facing 20 years in prison. But.
That's hilarious.
But she got off because she's a minor.
Oh, my God.
If you were my daughter, I don't believe in spankings, but I would have sent you outside to get your own branch.
Branch?
And I would have whooped your butt. No, I wouldn't have. But really, I mean, what the heck? How sick-minded can you be?
Was she on drugs?
I don't know. Who's worse, her or the girl that started the anti-postpartum movement?
Honestly, definitely the ice cream liquor, because that's just evil.
What's
Why are you gonna
wrong
ruin
with
it? Wasn't it
people?
like Bluebell ice cream too?
Like, bite an apple and put it back so we know that the apple's been bitten.
Wait, wasn't it like Ariana Grande or something that was like licking donuts?
I don't know.
But why do people do this stuff?
I'm glad I don't know her name. Don't ever want to know her name. But my goodness. So next time you're in your grocery store and you're buying some ice cream, make sure you check for that tongue mark. And I guess like there were copycats of people like trying to gain fame. And
oh my God.
People are nasty. This next one, I might take this and put it into my notebook for you.
Oh gosh.
So I think this one was actually in Florida. So a 24-year-old woman is from New York but vacationing in Florida. What's the deal with Florida?
I don't know. It just does something to people, I guess.
So apparently she got into a fight with her boyfriend because he wouldn't pay for her return flight. The boyfriend cut the credit card off, something like that. For whatever reason, the dude turns the credit card back on so she can get home. She decides she wants to go to breakfast. Some bacon, some eggs, some pancakes.
Bottomless mimosas.
Maybe some alligator. They're in Florida. You never know. $55 is what the final bill added up. No tip. This girl decides that she wants to leave a $5,000 tip because she's mad at her boyfriend. So I'm sure this waitress...
I mean, I feel like that's goals right there. That's the ultimate revenge. I'm down.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to take the money I don't have and tip with it?
Who says he doesn't have it?
But, right? So she's upset at her boyfriend. She leaves this big tip. What is that, like 5,000%? I don't know. Math was never my strong suit. 5,000% sounded really good. But the boyfriend, files a claim. Girl ends up getting arrested. So
why did she get arrested? If she had the credit card, he obviously gave her permission to use it.
There's a lot of what the freaker blockers to this, right? If you didn't put a ring on it, maybe you shouldn't give her your credit card.
Honestly, though, and it's like, dang, like you're not a good boyfriend just going out there and calling the cops on your girlfriend.
But maybe he didn't have it. Maybe he was one of those Guys just like flaunts his moolah, but he didn't really have it.
Yes.
So should they break up?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Or should they try to work it out?
Wait, did the waitress get to keep the $5,000?
Well, that's my next question is, apparently she was having some money issues. She had a dog died, so.
Why does your dog dying cause
vet
money
bills?
issues?
You got to pay for the vet. Who knows? That's what Oxygen said.
It all sounds shady.
What sounds shady? But you're this waitress, you're going through a hard time, and you get a $5,000 tip.
Could change your life.
Very well could.
But whose money is it if it's not his?
Apparently, the tip had been issued out, so she got her money. But
I'm saying if it wasn't it's his credit line, right? So he would have to pay it back.
Exactly.
Dang, that sucks. And if it's a fraudulent charge, he says he's not paying it back, but then it already cleared with her. So who's footing that bill? The credit card company?
So, my guy, you got to let her go.
Okay, first of all, I want to give a shout out to that girl because you are my hero. Actually, I don't know. Is this abusive behavior? We shouldn't be encouraging it.
Yeah, you should never spend money that's not yours.
Yes, and you should never try to abandon your girlfriend in Florida. That's just rude.
But if you continue to take these trips and leave me with these 4 children... You're going to go swipe your card at the resort and they're going to say, "We're sorry, Mrs. Johnson, but this has been declined." Because guess what? This is all a lie. Your last name's Johnson.
Yeah.
But let us know. Should they continue to be boyfriend and girlfriend?
Should he put a ring on it? Should they have children?
What if they had a kid?
What if they brought a kid into this world? That's a scary thought.
That's a lot of what ifs. But...
a lot of what the frickerbockers.
What the frickerbockers is going on? Teach your damn kids not to lick ice cream and put it back in the freezer.
Oh my gosh.
And
I would be so
if you don't have it, don't go on vacation. Simple as that.
Yeah.
If she could have paid for her own ticket back, the boyfriend's not in debt and she's not in jail.
Easy solution, you guys. They should hire us to be their marriage counselor.
Come on, Florida.
Get it together.
Get it together.
Thank you so much for listening to episode 5. We love...
Is that episode 5?
Yeah.
No.
Yes?
4.
This is episode 5. Obviously, we have it all together here. Make sure you guys follow us at the Garcia Diaries podcast, at the Garcia Diaries, at Sir Garcia Diaries. He's literally looking up the season on his phone right now to see how many episodes we have and how many do we have.
I thought it was 4. Okay, this is episode 5.
Bethany is right.
You are right.
You guys can always go to thegarciadiaries.com to see the show notes where we have all the links and pictures and things we talked about in this episode so that you guys can dive deeper into your own little... You guys can find out about the Bluebell ice cream, basically.
Peace.
Peace.
Guess who's back again. Garcia Diaries is back. Tell your friends. Guess who's back? I quit my job to be a stay-at-home dad. I quit my job to be
Okay, can we watch Stranger Things now?
No, I'm tired.